good morning, Salim. How are you?
Yeah, good morning. How are you? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm alright. Thank you.
Yeah, as we are meeting
So,
first time, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
yeah, I can. My name is Salim. From Oman. I'm married.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 33 years old, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm married. I got two children.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a mechanical engineer.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
for the past 10 years. Yeah.
Okay, that is great. Nice to hear about you. Would you like to say something
Yeah.
about your hobbies?
Um, Not really. I don't have that much like a variety of hobbies. Maybe I do like going to the gym. I do
Okay.
work out. I've been working
Uh-huh.
out for the past 9 years,
Uh-huh. Okay.
and yeah, that's it.
Okay. So Oman
Yeah.
is totally new country for me. I never heard about Oman. Would you like to say something about Oman, about the culture there, about the weather?
Um, so Oman is an Arab country. It's located in the Middle East. It's a Gulf
Mm-hmm.
country.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Oman is like geographically is located like next to Saudi Arabia, like UAE and
Okay.
Yemen.
Uh-huh. Okay. All
Um,
right.
I mean, most of the year is hot. We have winter for 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
Of course, like when it comes to religion, Oman is a Muslim country, like
Mm-hmm.
99 plus percent.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
and that's it. We for English, it is a second language.
Okay.
We
All
like
right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
I
for
I
our academic studies and work, like in like private companies, we use English as a language medium. Yeah.
okay. So that means your own language is different. What is your own language, your mother tongue?
So this is Arabic.
Arabic, okay. So that's when your mother tongue is Arabic, but when you go professional, when you go your job, you have to speak English.
Yeah, it is the
Uh,
case.
that is the case. So
Yeah,
you have been learning English, that means.
yeah. That's
Okay,
why.
how do you
Actually, it
find
is
this?
for private. It is for private sector. But when it comes to public sector, it is
Uh-huh.
Arabic.
It is
Yeah,
Arabic. Okay. So when you work in private sector, then you have to speak in English. Otherwise, when you work in public sector, in there you can speak in your own language, Arabic language, yeah?
yeah, yeah. You're right.
Okay. So what about the schools? Because where I am from India, so India, what happened? We have some public schools where the children they have been learning English. And what about Oman? What happened in Oman? Since you know when you go to school, do you learn English there or
So English in schools, it is a subject
it
among
is a subject?
subjects in
Yes, yes.
yeah. So it starts from class 1 up to class 12. It is a subject.
Yes.
Um, that's all. I mean, in some we have some private school for public schools is a subject. For
Okay.
private schools, it is like maybe more than that because I think they
Hmm.
study in English. Yeah.
So that means you have English medium schools over there as well.
Yeah.
You have English medium schools. I think everyone is facing this kind of problem while they're speaking English because they're thinking English is a subject, it's not a language. And when they have to work in that environment, they need to speak in English, then they find it's very difficult. So, what about you? Do you find English difficult, or now you know English very well? I can see you are able to express your idea in English.
I think the start. I always say that our start was not that much correct. I would say it wasn't the right way to learn English. We started learning through studying and learning
Hmm.
I mean grammar, which for me
Okay.
it wasn't right. It wasn't right, and we
Yes.
started learning
Yes.
vocabularies.
Yes.
When it comes to vocabulary, this is my viewpoint
Mm-hmm.
for vocabulary. I think it is okay.
Mm-hmm.
but we had to learn, I think, sentences.
That's
You
true.
know,
Yes, yes.
yeah,
Yes, because when we learn some new word, if we don't use those words in our sentences, it will not stay in our mind. We don't use it, then we lose it. So, if we are learning some new words, if we use those words in our sentences, in our conversation, that way we learn more and it stay in our memory. But if we don't use it, then we forget. Yeah, I
yeah, this is the
think this
case. Yeah,
that is the wrong way to teach just vocabulary because people, what happened in English medium school, they are after grammar, they are after vocabulary, they need to expand vocabulary, they just pay so much attention on vocabulary. But I think that should be changed. Now they need to teach in that way that they need to develop and use those words in their sentences. They need to speak out. If they are not speaking those words, new words, what they have been learning, they won't be able to speak all their life. So they need to speak out all these sentences, all these words. That way they can learn more. Yes, are you
mm,
agree with
yeah,
my suggestion? Yes, yes.
yeah, yeah, I
Okay.
agree. I agree.
So what you
Um,
have been doing?
Also, I just wanted to say that here comes the practice, the power of practice in
Yes,
English.
that's true. Practice
Yeah,
matter a lot. If you don't practice, you won't be able to speak English ever. English learner in the beginning, what they do when they are in the initial stage, they just pay so much concentration on grammar and vocabulary, and they learn advanced vocabulary. And while it's coming to speaking up, it's very hard for them because they don't know how to speak because they don't have enough speaking practice. That's why
yeah,
these things
yeah,
happen. Yes.
yeah, you're right.
So, so what about your children? They go to English medium school or public school?
My children, like I have two, one 4 years old boy, so he
Okay.
goes to a kindergarten, and 2 years
Okay.
old
Very
girl.
young. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
she
yes,
very young,
yes.
very little. Yeah.
Okay.
For me, one of the reasons why I decided to focus more on my English and improve my speaking skills was my children. Myself, I wanted to make the English easy for them through
Hmm.
me, so that
Yes,
while they grow up, they would see me speaking English easily and
that's
comfortably.
true. Yes. As a parents, we don't want our children to face those problems which we have been facing at this moment. Yeah. We need to
Yeah,
learn English. So when we learn English, then we will be able to speak English with our children. And when we speak, we give our children English surrounding. What will happen? They automatically learn and they get fluency in English. And that way they will not face this problem. You know.
yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. You are a good father. That means. It shows you are a good father. You already have concern about your children when they grow up. What will
Yeah.
happen? Will they able to speak in English or not? That's a good sign.
Thank you. Actually,
Yeah,
through my journey to learn English, I came to conclusion that um, English is not difficult,
it's
and
not
I
difficult.
believe now. Yeah,
That's true.
I think
Yes,
I think we spent so much time learning it, like in
yes,
years. But the issue with
yes,
years is that I believe we did not use the right way, the right
yes.
tools, the right methods, so that made our learning journey long. Yeah.
You
So yeah.
you have given very good message to everybody. Whoever listen this conversation later, they will get this idea. English is not a rocket science. It's very easy, but we are not using right method. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have been learning English, but we have been learning English in wrong way. That's why we find this
Yeah.
very difficult. Yes, and
Yeah.
when we learn English an easy way, there's an easy way to learn English. We can learn English in fun ways, and we need to change our perspective that English is very hard. And when we learn English in fun ways and we connect English with our interests, it becomes so easy for us to learn English. So we need to change
Yeah.
all the method. I think all the schools they need to change the method they have been teaching children this English speaking skills and English skills because that's not right. They are too much after grammar and vocabulary. They need to just tell the children, okay, whatever you learn, you need to speak up. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, I was wondering about you. Now, I know you are staying in Australia. Um,
Yes.
um, did you have to go to like a private like institution, like you take a course to learn speaking,
Yes.
or how did you do it? Was it only like mingling with the native citizens over there?
You know what happened? Because I have done my graduation in my own language. So it was so hard me. And before coming here, government they want to make sure whoever is coming to Australia, that person is able to speak in English. So I had to give an IELTS exam. So I had given that exam and I passed that exam, even though I wasn't very good at English that time. But because I had no, surrounding to speak in English, I was good in writing, speaking, and all these things. But still, it was so hard for me because I had no mobile at that time. I was not that kind of person having mobile and all these things. So internet facilities was not there at that time, 16 years ago, even though we have internet on all these things, but I wasn't using that much. So I had to prepare this English exam within a month. I prepared that. I was listening, I was writing, I was speaking, and I was writing all these things I was doing, and somehow I passed that exam because even in that time it was in my mind English is not a tough language and I like English. When you like something na, it automatically come into your life. Do you believe this?
Yeah,
Like if you like
yeah,
to
you're
be
right.
an engineer, you become an engineer, yeah, because that was your passion. Since my childhood, I used to like English. So I was giving my English exam because I was liking it. So I thought, yeah, I can do this. My mindset was very clear in relation to learn English. So I have given that exam, I passed. And after coming here, because accent is totally different, when you go to new country, it's
Mm,
very hard and the accent they have been using here, it was so hard for me, but yes, I had the curiosity. I was very passionate about English and establish myself in new country because this is a different challenge when you have nothing and you want to establish yourself from the zero. That is give you
yeah.
more happiness and you feel more content. Yes, I did it, that feeling I
Yeah.
wanted to have within me. So yes, so I was working so hard and I was doing my courses and I was speaking with Australians, so that way I learned this English.
Okay. Okay. So, how long did it take you? How long did it take you to to get the point where you like you are now, speaking comfortably, speaking clearly?
Yeah, you know what happened when even I was in India, I was learning English within a month because I was paying so much attention on it and I was able to speak in English. That's why I passed my English speaking exam. Because when we give IELTS exam, we make sure that we pass reading exam, speaking exam, writing and listening exam. I got highest marks in my speaking because I was fearless. I was say, okay, you ask whatever I know, I will say. So they
Yeah,
like that way. They like that way. So it depends how passionate you are. What is your
yeah,
priority? If your priority is your English, your goal, okay, I have to learn English within a 1 month or 2 months, then you will be able to do that. If you're thinking, okay, no, I have some other priorities, English is the side, so whenever I get time, I go back and I learn. You have to be consistent if you are learning English. You need to spend some
yeah,
more time to learn English. If you
yeah.
want to just spend 10 minutes or 15 minutes, then it will take more time. But if you spending like 1 hour, 2 hours every day, that way you will learn very fast. It will accelerate your English learning skills. It depends how much time you are dedicating, how much time you are devoting to your English speaking journey. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, and I'd like to touch upon one thing here. I think it's better for everyone who's learning anything is not to
Mm-hmm.
focus on the in the goal, like
Yes,
the result. He
yes.
should focus, or they should focus on the what he does or what they do every day. What they do every day, like how much time they spend
Yes.
to excel on whatever they want to excel in. Like if they want to learn English, it's not like you want to see results after 1 month. It doesn't work this
Mm,
way. I believe
it
it
will not
works
work.
to spend to spend like half an hour or 1 hour every day. You stick to that goal. I mean, you stick to that time, and results for sure will come in the end.
Thanks for sharing your beautiful insight. And I really like the way you said we need to focus on our learning. How much we are learning, we need to enjoy that learning. We need to enjoy the
Mm.
process, not the result. We compare ourselves to other people and we think, oh, this person is speaking English well, I'm not speaking English well. Then what will happen? We feel disappointed because that way we are giving ourselves trouble because we are comparing. But when we compare ourselves to 1 month back, so, oh, one
Yeah,
month back, I wasn't able to say anything in English, and now I am speaking English very well. I'm able to express myself very well in English. That way, they feel content, they feel happy. Yes, I am achieving. That way, they feel more motivated, you know. Then that way, they say,
yeah,
oh, yeah, before a month ago, I wasn't able to speak English at all. Now I have been starting speaking in English, and now I am able to express my ideas in English. And if we think that way, that way they enjoy the process. Yes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
this is really
Right.
very good. We need to tell everybody don't focus on the result, enjoy your process, and you need to tell your mind, yes, I am having fun. This is really good. Yes,
Yeah,
this is all the
yeah.
mind
You're
game,
right.
I would say. This is all the mind game.
Yeah,
If
it
you
is.
fix in your mind, English is very tough, everyone is learning, I won't be able to speak, then you won't be able to speak. But when you tell your mind, English is so easy, everybody learning English, I can learn English, this is depend on the time. They have learned already because they were working very hard, and I have started now, so it will take time for me, but I will be able to reach up to that level.
Yeah, yeah. You're
Yes.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions?
Um. Actually, also like from my experience, at some point of time, I really stopped. I lost hope that I would get to one more level in English. But then I met a friend of mine. That was, I think, 6 years ago, and I could see his English was wow. I mean, he was
Mm-hmm.
speaking American accent. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he was confident when he was speaking, and he was 3 or 4 years younger than me. And
Okay.
then I asked him right away, "Did you travel abroad? Were you studying like in US or somewhere native language speaker for English?" This he said
Uh-huh.
no, no. It was only the shadow and technique he was doing, and shadow and technique. He would take one sentence and he would repeat it like 15, 20 times out loud.
Yes.
From that moment, I decided to use the shadow technique and to get rid of the idea that if I want to get good English, I
Yes.
have to travel abroad. I can do it,
Yes.
indoors. I mean, here in Oman, there's no need to travel now. As you
Mm-hmm.
said, when you went to Australia, there was no internet. But
Yes.
now internet is everywhere, and
Yes.
the education material is everywhere.
Yes. It is everywhere. And have you seen my one of the videos about how to develop pronunciation?
I think I went across it. Yeah.
In that video, I have mentioned about the shadowing technique. So I tell everybody,
Mm,
you
yeah.
need not to, if you want to learn English or you want to develop any kind of accent, you need not to go abroad. You need to use the shadowing techniques. With the shadowing technique, you will be able to develop those accents and you feel more confident. Yes,
Mm, yeah.
it
Yeah.
really
You're right.
works. Yeah, it really works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice talking to you. Any other question? Do you want to ask any questions or you want to give any suggestions? You are more
No, no
welcome to
suggestion.
give.
So,
Yes,
so for me, like English is my. I have passion for English. I like speaking it
yes,
actually.
yes,
Like one last thing I'd like to say that when I started developing my pronunciation and speaking skills, I had a rule on me that I will not speak a word unless I've heard it from a native speaker
yes.
and I've practiced it myself. Then I could
Mm,
use it.
yes,
And
true.
yeah, so this is a good thing. This gained me confidence that
Yeah, I can see
whenever
your
I speak,
confidence.
thank you. Whenever I speak, I'm confident because I'm sure that that word, this sentence, I've heard it before, and I
Mm,
practiced it before with myself.
yes.
So this is also something
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to share it with everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to even emphasize this point more. If you want to speak any new word in your language, you make sure you practice before using
Mm,
that new word in your conversation. Because if you don't practice and you want to speak new word in your conversation, then you will find it little bit hard to speak, you know.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and when you find this hard to speak, then you will say, no, I can't learn English. But if you have good practice before you speaking those new words in your conversation, that way you will find yourself more competent, more capable speaking in English and using those new words. So that is this is a very easy way if you want to expand your vocabulary and use new words in your language, English speaking language.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I think time is going over and it's really nice conversation I am having with you. We'll continue again in our next session. If you would like to have another conversation, let me know. And for now, I must leave because I have another session soon.
It's my pleasure talking with you. I'm sorry I took more time than
No,
maybe you
no,
were
no,
intended.
no. It's good. It's good. I thoroughly enjoyed this session. It was really nice because you belong to different country. Even I don't know about that country, Oman, and you are approaching me and you watching my video. I feel so privileged. You are talking to me from a different country and you have been watching my videos. So thank you for watching my videos and appreciating me. And we'll see you next session.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
my
Thank you
pleasure.
so much.
Yeah. Take
Okay. Have a
care.
nice day. You too. Take care. Bye.
Bye.